as each contraction unclenches itself in the space of unbounded acceptance, welcoming it in without possessing it, without owning it. That everything that is false, everything that has created a false idea of who you are, starts to fall away, either gradually or suddenly. And what is revealed, either gradually or suddenly, is the deep pool of silence. And that means that silence is where you move from, where you operate from. That silence is your true power. Because that silence transmits like a beacon. It has nothing to do with any spiritual beliefs or any spiritual concepts. In silence, all of that falls away. Silence emanates like a beacon and transmits the power of true oneness, not only through your inner environment, your cellular being, your physical body, mental body, emotional body, and any other body that you may have. All energies emanates through that and then emanates into your outer environment, into the space, to touch that silence in others without you having to do anything, say anything, convince anything, teach anything. If the other is available to that, even just by 1 degree, then the possibility is that they are uplifted into that oneness. That's how you change your world. So in any moment you're either transmitting division or you're transmitting oneness. When you transmit division in yourself, then you are in conflict in yourself. That conflict may be very buried, but it creates a discontent, a dissatisfaction, and a yearning for something more, which either gets directed into the material search or the spiritual search. Or it may be more on the surface, in that there is conflict, stress, tension in your life that seemingly cannot be overcome. And then the attempt to manipulate your circumstances so that you don't experience or feel that stress and tension. But that doesn't work. It may work for a little while, but then something else comes along, and so the stress and tension is still there. Or it may be in what you see in the world. The horror, the terror, the injustice, and how that impacts you and creates fear and creates anger and creates disempowerment and helplessness or heartbreak. Some kind of suffering, personal suffering. But that conflict is in you. If you see through the eyes of division, because you are still in a divided state, then you will see that division everywhere. We do not see the world as it is, we see the world as we believe it to be. And then we believe that to be reality. There's a lot of different realities going on in the world, 7 billion of them. That's why we're all in conflict, because everyone's seeing it their own way. What they're seeing is their own inner world projected outwards. The only way is to go within and realize and discover and fall into the silence of who you really are. Not as a person, not as a personality. Although that does get impacted. Yeah, that does get in some ways transformed by that. But discover who you are by seeing who you are not. There's a lot of talk these days in different circles, spiritual circles or self-development circles. They seem to overlap at times, about discovering who I am. And mostly that's about becoming a better self, more empowered, more loving, more happy, more joyful, more abundant, more creative. These are all good qualities, there's nothing wrong with that. But that's not really who you are. There's still who you are not. It's just a replacement. Just another, perhaps lighter, certainly more positive aspect of the personhood. Silence has nothing to do with that. Unless you discover that as the foundation, then nothing can really change and transform. When you see through the eyes of oneness, when you see through the eyes of silence, then you see that everywhere. The oneness in you sees the oneness in the other. The oneness in you sees the oneness in the world. It's not turning a blind eye to the horror, but it is seeing deeper than the horror. Deeper than the horror of your own life and deeper than the horror of the world. It's called the Christ light. The Christ in you sees the Christ in everything. The light in you sees the light in everything. And everything is uplifted by that.